Hey investors, welcome back to Stoxpot, your go-to episode to unpack what's happening around various stocks and industries. It's me, lekshmanmj, and today we are going to dive into the business of Honasa Consumer Limited, a company that's making waves in beauty and personal care industry. But before we begin, I would like to remember you all that this podcast is purely meant for informational purpose and is not any kind of investment advice. So do your own analysis before making any investment decision. So please be clear that we are here to talk about the business, the factors that influence the growth or decline, and how the future might look. So grab your coffee, let's get started now. Honasa Consumer Limited is a name you might recognize if you have ever used Mamaearth's products. The company operates in FMCG space, specializing in skin, hair and baby care products under the brands like Mamaearth, Derma and others. Their mission is to offer safe, effective and innovative solutions to consumers. And now let's zoom out a bit and understand the broader picture. The FMCG industry has been facing some headwinds like urban demand slowdown, inflation and shifts in consumer behavior. But Honasa has been navigating these challenges with a mix of innovation, strategy and a dash of patience. Now let's move on to what's been happening with Honasa recently. The company is undergoing a transition in its distribution system, especially in the general trade channel. This is not just a small tweak, it's a complete overhaul. The company is bypassing super stockists and gradually increasing its business deals directly with the distributors. Over the past 6 to 9 months, they have appointed over 150 new distributors in the top 50 cities alone. These partners are being onboarded with strong incentives, including better margins and credit terms, ensuring they stay motivated to grow alongside Honasa. While this transition has caused some short-term disruptions, the company believes it will pay off handsomely in the long run. Looking on their progress, the company has significantly increased their direct distributors from 38% in FY24 to 69% as of Q3 of this financial year. And similarly, it has reduced its super stockist levels from 62% previously to 32% now as part of their mission. Thus, by the next few quarters, they expect the full effect of this shift to kick in, bringing normalized growth back to the general trade channel. Next up, let's talk about their brand portfolio. Mamaearth, their flagship brand, has been going through a rough patch. Growth has slowed down, especially in the general trade segment, while modern trade and e-commerce have shown more resilience. However, the silver lining here is the younger brands like the Derma. These brands are showing an impressive growth of 30%, contributing more than 40% of company's revenue now. This shows that Honasa is not putting all its eggs in one basket. They are diversifying and scaling new brands to drive growth. And speaking of the scaling factor, quick commerce is emerging as a bright spot. It now contributes around 7 to 8% of their business, making it their fastest growing channel. Also, the company is experimenting with messaging, media mix and product formulation to reignite Mamaearth's growth engine. So having said this, now let's shift gears and talk about margins and profitability. Honasa's EBITDA margin dropped to 5% this quarter due to increased marketing spend and investment in refining their strategies. But don't let that numbers fool you, because the company is playing the long-term game here. Once the dust settles from these transitions, they aim to return to their previous margin levels by FY26, and they even target double-digit margins as they scale up towards their ambitious goal of becoming a 4,000 crore company by the end of the decade. Speaking of their goals, Honasa is not just focused on numbers. They want to be among the top players in multiple categories across India. Imagine being a household name in skincare, hair care and beyond. And that's the vision they are working towards. And now let's wrap this up with a sneak peek into their future. Honasa's leadership team is confident that their current efforts will bear fruit. They are investing heavily in understanding consumer needs, optimizing their distribution network and staying ahead of the trends like quick commerce. While urban markets remain their stronghold, they are keeping an eye on rural demand through their e-commerce channel. And while the competition in the FMCG space is very strong, Honasa's focus on innovation and consumer-centric strategies gives them an edge over their competitors. Thus, with a clear roadmap and execution plan, they are poised to reclaim their growth trajectory and potentially redefine the beauty and personal care landscape in India. And there you have it, the story of Honasa Consumer Limited. From navigating distribution challenges to scaling new brands and setting up audacious goals, this company is a masterclass in strategic thinking and resilience. Thank you for tuning into Stoxpot. If you find this episode insightful, make sure you follow and leave your opinion in the comments down. So stay curious, stay informed. Until I catch you in the next one, It's me, LEKSHMANmj, signing off.